So now why we are discussing about Postman. So Postman has become a very popular tool to test your APIs, right? It is very popular among developers and very easy to use. So with Postman, what you can do, you can create and send requests to the API endpoints, transmit different data types, and review the responses with ease. Okay, it's a very simple, intuitive graphical interface which makes interacting with APIs very easy. Okay, uh, so so basically, when we are testing the APIs, we are faced with number of challenges. Like we have seen the different use cases, the APIs can be simple or they can be complex. Okay. Um, in case of simple APIs, it is easier to test. In case of complex, it becomes difficult. Obviously, you must go through the documentation of the APIs to understand how to make the right request and how to receive the response. If somehow you are not referring to the documentation and you are just giving wrong requests, you will keep on getting the wrong errors, and which will not lead you anywhere. The whole objective is that APIs should work as they have been documented. That is the main thing that we are going to stick, right? So, and again, there are certain boundary conditions, different date formats, different time formats, different text formats. So all those things are possible. Uh, 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 Also, there is a case where whenever you are testing, there you have to generate the test data as well, right? So that is also a difficult part. Um, One more thing that people do is that is called a mocking of APIs. Any idea what is mocking? API mock or mock APIs? So what we are saying is that when we are developing the APIs, at that time our backend is still ready. So whatever the initial thought process is, right? That uh, how our APIs should work and how our APIs would look. So we actually make a mock APIs. These are not working APIs, but there will be a server, there will be a URL, there will be a post call, etc., etc. But all the data that is being received and being sent will be not actual data, but it would be a hard coded kind of a data. So whosoever is integrating with the API, he can use the mock APIs to integrate, and later when our systems comes up, then we will is having the live APIs. So that is also happens in the industry. So all these things are important and are covered in the testing part. Benefits of using Postman. So quality assurance. This ensures that we have a reliable API performance. You can detect the issues easily. Uh, Basically, if you are not using a Postman like tool and you are doing something else, it will will be more time consuming, and you will need more expertise. Using Postman like tool, even a person who doesn't understand coding can easily test the APIs. Uh, we can integrate with CI/CD pipelines, Postman with CI/CD pipelines, and this actually automates the entire deployment as well. Uh, we can create multiple tests and basically use multiple tests in the Postman itself, interface itself. So we can easily organize our testing. Uh, the documentation that is provided is what we say. We can easily communicate. The documentation is there. Everyone can access it and everyone can understand it. There are version control capabilities, and we can enable the teamwork. So all those things are there. And design and mocking. Even you can design the APIs on Postman and even create the mockups. So although the benefits are too much, but we are not going into that detail, like team and everything and CI and CD and everything. What we are going to now look at it is that how we can use Postman for our API testing. So this is the most common use case that you people will be working on, where at times someone will tell you that, okay, integrate this API with this particular thing. At that time, you might want to just see how the API is working. how, what kind of request you are sending, what kind of request response you are getting, and based on that you will proceed with the integration. So if we will see the Postman workspace. So first of all, you will log into Postman, you will create your account. Once you do that, you will get this kind of a you will first of all create a workspace, right? So you can just choose the reason of your workspace, and then so there are predefined templates also available. You can choose any one of that and you can just continue with it. So uh, personal workspaces there, team workspaces are there. Personal workspaces are used by individual developers for private API development. Team workspaces are designed for collaboration. Public workspaces are useful for sharing the APIs with wider development community. So even we then can do that. So you can host your APIs today on Postman as well. Uh, how does collaboration help? Team members can work on shared collections, leave comments, and review changes. Version control, Postman workspaces integrate with version controlling tools. Environmental management, easy manage and switches between the multiple environments. And role-based access, control the user access and roles within the workspace. So these are more for the development side, but for us, a simple workspace for testing is enough, right? So this is how your screen will start, and this is how your workspace will look. So this is the most of the things that you will be doing here. You can actually just go on your workspace. You can enter the URL. You can select the method like get, post, push, and then you can in the body you can simply put the parameters that you want to pass, and then you will click on send. And what will happen is that you will get the response back in the status and response body. So this is what happens, right? Say suppose we are making a put request. So you will simply go here, select the put option here, put the URI, whatever the API URI is there, enter the data. So in the body, you will, in the raw part, you will enter your data that you have to send. And then when you will click on the send in the JSON part, right, you will get the response, right? So this is basically how you will be testing this entire thing. Similar test cases you can run, say a potting delete request. So you see that when you put a delete request and it is successful, you will get something status like an okay, right? So this says that okay, you have called the API in the right way. Uh, and so so how to analyze the responses to verify that the API response meets expectations? Postman offers different views such as pretty, raw, and preview. To help analyze the data effectively, a response code in the 200 range indicates a successful request, confirming that the server has processed the client's request without errors. A response in 400 range means some error. Uh, these are very similar to HTTP errors like 401, 404, and so on. Responses in 500 range signal server side errors. So if you're getting a 500 series error, it means that there's some problem in the API server, not in your request, not in the other things, but in that part. So conclusion, Postman is an excellent tool for software developers and testers to test APIs. And with its simple interface, you can easily use it. Right. So for example, this is the page that you will get. You can simply click on sign in with Google and log in. And here you can see that there is an option of workspaces. You can just click on workspace. Either you can create your own workspace, or already have this workspace, so I can click on here. Then we have these collections, so you can actually create multiple collections of your APIs. You can create on environments. You can even create flows. What we normally do here is that we can simply start testing. Okay, so we will simply go over here and we will say that okay, I don't have to create a new workspace as such. Say if I want to even search for it, right? So authorization token, right? So I will click on this, and this can further now tell me about this authorization post, right? So this is some examples that you can see over here. If you want to see the full documentation, you can go ahead and see it. But again, we don't have to do all these things. This is up to you how much you want to explore, right? So these are what is the collection is about, right? So in this collection, you can see all these things are already there. So you can create your own collection and then just use it again and again. But we don't want to use it. We will just go to our home, right? And we can say that we can put a new API request. Now you can see you get this particular screen in which you are in my workspace and you are trying to do a get request. If you will see that there can be, you can add multiple tabs over here, right? So you can get, and here you can change the post method post, right? So basis the last presentation that we had done, in which I had explained you the different types of requests and how do you send them, that is where you will use it. Another thing is that you will have to use the APIs, right? So say we just try to explore the public APIs. So maybe can get something like that over here. If it is not there, then we will have to go to, right. So search. So this is the collection of weather API, right? So in this particular thing, you will get complete documentation of the weather API, right? So if I have to get the weekly weather, then this is the request that I have to send, and this will give you this kind of a uh, output, right? So so I can even see this particular thing from here also, right? So body response, it is none. So I will just choose send, right? So you can see base URL over here. So this base URL is nothing but a variable, right? That is defined like this. Okay. Now this is body, and I can see this particular entire thing over here. I can even what you say, do some kind of planning. So for the entire week, you can get this. So this is what you are seeing, right? This is how you will test the APIs. Now coming back, if I don't want to do this, then I can go back to my environment. I can just close it. Whenever you are doing this, you can actually go to the entire documentation overview, view the complete documentation. So this is the entire documentation of it. Here you can jump introduction to weekly weather. So maybe we have to go to some other place. There we are not able to get the entire thing. So we will go to freeweatherapi.com, right? So this is the place you can go to, and here you will see this is a free document API. You can just click on view docs, and then real-time weather, so and so forth. Getting started, it will tell you this is the request URI, and then it will give you all the parameters that you can use, right? Uh, what all you can pass and what you can get back. Okay. So this is the entire API. So this is a real-time API. So again, this will tell you the API that you want to call, and then we have a forecast API and so on. So this should also give us about authentication. So it says that API access to the data is protected by API key. Authentication to this can be provided by the using a API key. Key is equal to this parameter. So how will you find the key? Basically, you have to create your account over here, and then there will be an option for you to generate your key. Base URL will always be this, right? And then you have to put whatever parameter you want to pass. So here it is API key. Then we have got days. Then we have got required for history and future. Then these are all optional values. So optional values are not something which is as per you, whether you want to pass it or not. It's up to you. So now using this particular thing, so here you can also see How do you sign up? How to get the API key? So there's a API Explorer also, right? So this is kind of a self test what they are giving. So you will enter your API key, you will enter the protocol and show the response. So you will even here it is showing you what response you will get. And the same thing we will replicate on your Postman, and you can get that. Okay. So a very similar thing will happen with you when you are actually working in the organization, or when you will be doing those assessments, that you will be using Postman to test the APIs.